my lover just always a fight, but him know me fed up and make my smile get bright. Why when I'm left and I come back till late in on the overs with a bunch of the nicest flowers. Even though me vex still my blood a boil. One look below the waist and my humble like a child. Can't help me good night the feeling. Plus him a thrill me with him more sweet talking. You know me now go now me just want.
Blessed me people, welcome back, you see me? So peeps, today we're going to talk about a very versatile female dancer slash reggae entertainer. You know, this is an entertainer who expresses herself through hardcore roots rock reggae music. As also being a very versatile artist, this female entertainer also expresses herself on the dancehall scene. And the name of this entertainer that we're talking about is none other than Queen Ifrica. You know, Queen Ifrica is a Rasta entertainer, very successful in her music. She sing a whole heap of hit songs, countless of it. And you know, peeps, during her journey, there has been a certain level of controversy, as with most other successful entertainers. You know what I mean, people? Once there's the good, there's always the bad times. And you know, Queen Ifrica is an entertainer who go viral many times on social media for hitting out against certain things, you know what I mean? Some aspects of society that is morally wrong in her view. You know, Queen Ifrica is not afraid to speak her mind. Queen Ifrica is not an individual who is gonna just sit aside and allow certain things to just happen. Once it don't look right, she'll lick out against it, you see me? There was a time when Queen Ifrica was on the media, you know what I mean? And she was saying some things about her father, making some allegations that she was actually sexually assaulted by her own father, and that caused a whole heap of little rift between she and her family. You know, some people came out in support of her. You know, some people were bashing her, saying that she's a liar and so on and so forth. So we're gonna take a look at her interesting musical journey, as also we're gonna speak on some of the challenges as it relates to her music career. So people, Ventrice Morgan, otherwise known as Queen Ifrica, otherwise known as Fire Mama, was born on the 25th of March in the year 1975 in Montego Bay, St. James, Jamaica. She is also the daughter of Jamaican ska legend Derrick Morgan. And even though she is the daughter of Derrick Morgan, she was not raised by him. As a matter of fact, she didn't know Derrick Morgan until she was basically an adult. She a big woman when she meet him for the first time. She was actually raised by her mother and her stepfather. So Queen Ifrica, you know what I mean, is a strong Rastafarian artist who goes deep in her music, you understand, people. She is known for her strong works in the Rastafarian community, while some of her songs are about deeply personal subject matters, such as Below the Waist and Daddy. She have a song where she said, Daddy don't touch her dear. Further on the vlog, we are going to get back to that song, you see, my people, and the whole daddy issue and the sexual abuse. She is also strong and social critique, you know what I mean, people. Whatever happen, she always lick out against certain things in her music. You know, a song titled Tired of, that's what me are one of them songs is. My people, as also another song titled Serve and Protect. You see, people. From a very tender age, Queen Ifrica has always been a lover of music. Even though she never really knew her father, but the music thing done in her blood already. So from a very young age in her community, she was always singing, you know what I mean? And she was like the kind of tomboyish kind of girl, you know what I mean? She like the kind of hardcore type of life there, you know what I mean? Even though she's a girl, she kind of like the kind of more rougher side of life. Queen Ifrica never went the wrong way, but Queen Ifrica was more like them little roots girl in the community, like par with the youth and the youth them and so on. So she do her music and the community love her, you know what I mean? In her school setting, everybody love her and love her music and love how she portray herself. People used to always encourage her that she used to take up a career in music. But you know, Queen Ifrica always go around and she do her thing same way. But it was not until in the year 1995, after she entered a local talent contest and she shined at that contest, you know what I mean? She was a star. You know, this contest was in her hometown of Montego Bay in Jamaica. The eye-opening experience eventually led her to some major stage performances in Jamaica. She went on big stages such as Reggae Some Fest. Her first appearance was in the year 1998. Eventually, Queen Ifrica entered into a relationship with Tony Rebel, you know what I mean? Them have a youth together. As also, you get me, I say people, yeah man, so you know, say Queen Ifrica was also a part of Tony Rebel promotion. It's me, I say Rebel Salute, you know, Tony Rebel keep a big show there. So, Queen Ifrica was automatically a part of Tony Rebel's Flames crew. So, with her deep Rastafarian faith, you know what I mean, and her roots in reggae, Queen Ifrica quickly blossomed as one of the top cultural artists in Jamaica in the late 1990s. You know, Queen Ifrica released a whole lot of hit songs. Songs like Randy, Just My Virgin, Below the Waist, and Daddy. She stole away the stage of many major festivals from a lot of artists who have been around for a long time. You know what I mean, people? Queen Ifrica, the show all about over the world. Africa, England, the Caribbean, you know, America. You see, I say people, Queen Ifrica been around and she do well for herself in her music. You get me, I say people, she build a name for herself, people. And I just say, once the situation right, you know, Queen Ifrica is the one who is going to put it in her music. She's not afraid of backlash and she's not afraid of what people are going to say. Once it don't look right to her, Queen Ifrica is going to hit out against it. As a result of her talent and consistency in music, always releasing hit songs, Queen Ifrica ended up signing a deal with VP Records, which led to the release of her first album in July 2009. Her first album was titled Montego Bay. You know, her second album was titled Climb, and it was released in March 2017 and topped the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. So you know, peeps, Queen Ifrica was doing well for herself in music. She achieved a lot, you know what I mean, people. She won her house, she won things, you know what I mean. Queen Ifrica set her thing on a level. But you know, being in a relationship with Tony Rebel, you know, Queen Ifrica was this person who now stand up with him as it relates to promoting Rebel Salute. So you find that Queen Ifrica was not doing a lot of recordings after a certain amount of years in the music. She was mostly focused on the festival, Rebel Salute, which is a very, very big festival in Jamaica. People from all over the world come at them festival. And even back in those days before ganja was really legalized to a certain extent, Rebel Salute was a place where people used to always have ganja sell like it legal, because it was like a day when the rules were really relaxed for a person in that venue. You know what I mean, people? Is that level of discretion was given to them based on what I grew up seeing. So, you know, Queen Ifrica played a major role as it relates to promoting and, you know what I mean, organizing Rebel Salute. So Queen Ifrica is also a major event promoter. We have to give her our props as it relates to that. And as we all know, Queen Ifrica now is this individual who is always going to hit out against certain social issues that are taking place. So at one point, people, it's as if Queen Ifrica was being a supervisor for the Jamaicans on TikTok. You know what I mean? One Jamaican go on TikTok and them say certain things, you know, Queen Ifrica come out and if she don't like what them say, she come out and she lick out against that. You know, Nicki Minaj came on TikTok and I mean, she was gifting some Jamaicans and so on and so forth. You know, Queen Ifrica hit out against that and was saying that Nicki Minaj has an agenda, you know what I mean? There are some ulterior motive why Nicki Minaj want to help out those people, you know what I mean, like Britney and so on and so forth. And them kind of people, Nicki Minaj jump on and really give her strength, like Derek Mag and people where, you know what I mean, more seems as if them have some form of mental issue. You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj always give us strength. Queen Ifrica hit out against them there. After a time, you know, the social media bloggers started to turn against Queen Ifrica, you know what I mean? So this was when Queen Ifrica started to expose certain things and started to explain the reasons why she's always so protective of her Jamaican people being on social media. You know, peeps, whilst online and crying on her life one at a time, you know, Queen Ifrica made a very, very disturbing exposure. You know what I mean, people? Queen Ifrica said that she was sexually assaulted by her father, you know what I mean? And this was when she was a young adult, maybe in her early 20s or so. You know, she never knew her father before, and she was saying that her father was in Jamaica, you know what I mean, for a performance, and she was there, and I mean, she went to check him at one of his house, and she was there, and it got late. Her father told her that it was late, so she could stay over, and she stayed over, you know what I mean? And in the night, her father made sexual advances to her, you know what I mean, hold her down and eventually had sexual intercourse with her. In her words, that is allegedly what happened. I don't know if Queen Ifrica is lying about that situation or, you know what I mean, if she's losing her mind. But you know what black people say? If something goes so, it near goes so. You see what I say, people? That situation now has taken a turn as her father is now filing a defamation lawsuit against her for defamation of character. Allegations like those are good enough to destroy your entire career and your legacy that you create. You know, her father is a man who created a legacy for himself. He's one of the original ska artists from Jamaica, you know what I mean? He's an old veteran. He's one of them who paved the way for artists like Bob Marley, man. You know what I mean? Whole heap of other entertainers same way to come traveling at the tracks to see people. So allegations like those are enough to destroy his whole legacy. It is as if all the work that you have done will be undone. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can understand the reason for that lawsuit because nobody wants to lose their legacy like that. You get me? I say, people, I don't know if it happened. You know what I mean? I don't know if it never happened, but Queen Ifrica said it happened. You know what I mean? Queen Ifrica, no mad woman. I don't think Queen Ifrica is a mad person. You know what I mean? She have an outburst at time, but I don't think she's mentally challenged. But we'll see how that aspect of it plays out in the courts. You know, a man is always innocent until proven guilty, you know. So once it cannot be proven that a man is guilty, then he is deemed to be innocent, you know what I mean? And without proof, it is not wise for one to come forward and say certain things that will be damaging about other people as if it is factual. So we'll see how that aspect of that situation unfolds. And then what people, Queen Ifrica also hits out against other people, you know what I mean? She hits out against Vybz Kartel and so on and so forth. You know, Queen Ifrica is one of them. Nobody can really put a muzzle around her mouth. Once she sees something and she not support it, she's going to talk about it. And if she sees something on social media, you know what I mean, and she feel like it needs to be out there in the world, she's going to repost it. That is just Queen Ifrica being herself, man. But you know, Queen Ifrica, she and Tony Rebel eventually break up, you know what I mean, people. There were some issues at one point between Tony Rebel and other children that are older than her daughter, and so on, you know what I mean. But eventually, things got sorted out, you know what I mean, one big happy family. You know, Queen Ifrica out there live her single life, I live her best life, and I do her things same way. You see, as the people still I do a little performance in here and there same way. You know, Queen Ifrica artist with big catalog. In my opinion, still people as it relates to Queen Ifrica and exposing certain things. You know, some things you don't really have to expose on the media like that. Some things you can expose it in a small forum, you know what I mean? As also, as it relates to the allegation on her father and so on, you know. What she could have done, she could have filed a lawsuit against him. Regardless of how long ago it happened, you know, once it happened, it happened. You get me as a people, yeah man. So that is just it. You never have to really go public with it like that because you know say it got affect the family members and so on and so forth. You see as a people, yeah. So you know what I mean, she could have deal with it a little bit different way. But I mean if him do it to her and she's feeling hurt, you know what I mean, she have to talk. And that's the reason why she said that she sing the song Daddy not to touch her dear. You see what I say? Because that situation that had transpired some years ago. But anyway, those are my views as it relates to Queen Ifrica. You know, you can always leave your views in the comment section. As always, you can like, subscribe, and share. Peace.
Of lately, we see the whole of the black woman artists them out of Jamaica in a social media fight them one another in the most disgraceful kind of ways. I wonder what is happening to us as black people. But the black woman, you're up on the front line of the target. Because as much as Babylon sell you out, you're selling out yourself even more. By not loving and respecting yourself. You're not perfect to love yourself. You have to just love yourself because it is the right thing to do. The voice. Tell you this. She's a precious woman. Princess Black. She always play hard. She tougher than a rock. I tell you she's a precious Princess Black. She always, 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 always. She tougher than a rock, Lord God, yeah. Me and my lover just always a fight, but him know me fed up with make my smile get bright. Why when I'm left and I come back till late in on the U-Bus with a bunch of the nicest flowers. Even though my vex still my blood a boil. One look below the waist, I'm humble like a child. Can't help me, good night the feeling. Plus him a thrill me with the more sweet talking. You know me now. Now me just want. It's another is when everything don't work out right. But if you got anything like me, I'm for the days. When you go well, me don't stone man, it's in the days. And so I'm gonna let me bring no change in tricky ways. We love the one another, make everyone amazed. The children believe in that everything is safe. We only go through a phase, so come tell me sorry, stop, alright. You know me now go. Now me just want. If they want to put on. This a truth segment. I mean now give my soul to the devil. I mean now bow for no documents to go foreign. So all who know why hear the truth, but cock up your ears. Cause we're not afraid, and we're not afraid, no time. Every time I hear something for go to Europe or tour, me I hear something can't go to Europe or tour because I'm homophobic. Because me dare to tell a little girl who will speak for the little girls in Jamaica who are raped by women who go around and pick them up and bring them into sophisticated places and have sex with them against their will and want them to turn around and be the face of the agenda. Is that fair? Is it fair to culture me to be like you and then tell me I shouldn't be myself? If you people don't stand up with we, you know, that is how them win, you know. So if you don't know, so this thing need for balance, and when we say keep it to yourself, we mean that. If I have to keep it to myself, then you have to keep it to yourself. So without further ado, and if you're in here tonight and know so them thing we are going with this gay agenda slackness, me want to see the flag and the anthem in the sky, or else you are a part of the problem. Run that. We got to make it better. Rebel Saloon, stand up for God. I want to know. Alright then, alright then. Got to make it better. Children are our future. Got to make it better. And then look at them and tell them, you feel like a bad man, let me go yourself. Pull up that. You feel like a bad man, let me go yourself. Let me touch on the air, let me go yourself. We know how that touch and rock, let me go yourself. Because they don't want that is. You can't change the laws of God. You change the laws of God. So if they not have them, they cast them God. Who wants to change a Muslim on them? Somebody tell me what is happening. I don't want to fish in a mirror hole. I would like to tell my little daughter, it's okay to love a boy without feeling guilty. There's no other way for baby born in the world unless body going up, boom boom, and then magic. What?